Welcome, my darlings, to Animal X. In the deepest, darkest depths of the ocean, unknown creatures lurk. Witnesses have looked them in the eye and lived to tell.
It was looking at me straight on, and I could see these two huge nostrils.
My goodness, what could that thing be? Because I had never seen anything like it before.
And the animal was whipping its head and its neck as fast as you could see.
Science dismisses these sightings as nothing more than optical illusions, or tales conjured out of a bottle of rum. You might mistake a humpback whale for a killer monster, a manatee for a frolicking mermaid. Many unexplained sightings, no doubt, are nothing more than tall tales told by old tars. But not all of them can be so easily dismissed.
Just be careful.
There are stranger things in heaven and earth, and you're about to see one of them. Hear that noise? That, my darlings, is the song of the whale, one of the most hypnotic noises in the universe. But there is a more intriguing sound coming from the deep. At the end of the 20th century, science tuned its ear from outer space to another uncharted territory, the depths of the world's oceans. And this is what they heard. Now, this may sound like bubbles in the bath, but in fact, what the scientists stumbled upon is extraordinary, a sound never heard before. This unidentified sound has become known as the bloop. Researchers are almost positive it's the voice of something bigger than a whale, living miles below the surface of the ocean. Is this the first proof that a sea monster exists? We'll find out more later. In the meantime, I'm sending Daniel and Natalie to investigate a number of sea monster sightings. The team is off to Wales, Great Britain, and a ferry port called Pembroke Dock.
It was from in here, the Shipwright Arms pub, where several witnesses, including barmaid Leslie John, saw something very unusual out in the river.
I was serving a customer, looking through the window, and I just happened to see a big black fin. And it was moving slowly, and with ripples after it. And I just said to the lads, you know, what's that? So they carried on, went outside to have a look, and they saw the actual body in the head.
One of the lads who got an eyeful was Peter Thomas.
What did you actually do when you heard Leslie say she'd seen something out the window?
I went to the door to take a look and saw a snake-like object about, 5-6 car lengths long. Nothing like I've ever seen before.
Now, there's been some talk that a jetty had broken down and it was just floating out to sea or something, or there was some, the Ministry of Defence was doing some submarine activities in the area. What do you think about that?
Well, it wasn't anything floating because he was obviously going against his side. As for a submarine, what I saw was definitely flesh and blood. It wasn't anything mechanical.
Pub owner David Crew ran outside to take a look for himself.
What I seen was a large black serpent-like creature. It's about 150 metres away, but I'd estimate it's about 40 feet long. It had a head and a short neck, followed by quite a plump body and then a long tail trailing behind it. It had a certain amount of wash around the sides and behind it, indicating that something is swimming along the surface.
And what was the feeling in the pub after everyone saw this creature?
There was a real feel of excitement. People were calling us, get on the phone straight away, get on the phone straight away. We immediately notified the Coast Guard and the Port Authority, who basically said they'd keep an eye out. So we notified the local radio station and newspaper, and then it created a great deal of excitement. The place was buzzing.
And do you think what you saw is the sea monster?
To this day, we don't know what we saw. It was a living, breathing creature out there, and we were really, really excited if somebody could come up with some kind of explanation for us. It's something we've never ever seen anything like it before.
So how do you respond to people that say it was a piece of seaweed or a basking shark or a hoax?
There have been a lot of suggestions and hearsay about what it really could be. Seaweed, it certainly wasn't. A hoax, it certainly wasn't, because we all saw what we saw. I very, very much doubt whether the basking shark, the shape and size, was completely wrong.
So why do you think that no one has seen it since?
I do believe it's a visit to the area. The waterway isn't large enough itself to home something of this size. There are reports from the Cornish coast of these things once in a while, so I think it's something perhaps from the Atlantic Ocean that maybe was brought inland for whatever reason.
Do you still think it's out there?
I don't believe it's in the estuary still, because there have been no other sightings since then. That's well over a year ago now. But I believe it was a visitor, and I sincerely hope we see it again.
Some half a dozen eyewitnesses saw the creature. This photograph is the only physical proof of the sea creature's existence. So I'm going to talk with zoologist and cryptozoologist Richard Freeman, who may shine some light on the conundrum. Is this conclusive proof that the Pembroke Dock sea serpent exists? This photo was taken by a customer at the Shipwright Arms that afternoon. Or is there another explanation for what this photograph contains? So what do you think it is?